You talked about something known as Adelaide's AU metric. What exactly is AU metric, and how does it actually differ from, the traditional metrics like, the viewability or video completion rates, etc.?
Sure. So I'll explain AU, and then I'll talk a little bit about how it's different from the rest of the metrics in the industry. AU is effectively the best analog is that it's a credit rating for media placements.
Hmm.
So it's almost like a FICO score, right? And it's assigned to every media placement in the world, everything from native advertising, walled gardens, all the way through cinema and CTV and digital audio. The only media that we don't rate is search and print. So
Hmm.
it's a fairly sort of complete understanding of media quality across the entire ecosystem. The way that we build it is, we use three types of data in four steps. And, I described already the first step where we're working with eye tracking vendors, and they're telling us what are the important characteristics of placements within a medium.
Hmm.
So then the second step and the second piece of data that we use is characteristics of every single placement in that channel. And we use web scraping, and we use data that we license from, we used to license the Sincera data set. And we try to learn as much as possible about every placement in a channel. So we gather all of those different data points that the eye tracking vendors told us were important. Then we can use that to build a model. So the third step is basically like, let's just build a model that ingests all of this data about a placement and outputs a single score.
Hmm.
That model, just based on the fact that it has so much interesting data about each placement, will be better than viewability, but it's not trained. And so the final step and the third set of data that we use is outcome data. And so we use outcome data to do relatively straightforward reinforcement training of the model so that the model is informed by eye tracking and attention data. It has a ton of placement data in it, but it's trained using outcome data so that it's predictive of actual advertiser outcomes. And it's interesting because what a lot of people ask is like, oh, well, what kind of outcomes? Like, is it upper funnel? Is it lower funnel, middle funnel? When we started, we wanted to make AU a fast moving upper funnel metric so that a brand advertiser didn't have to wait for their brand lift study to come back 6 weeks after
Hmm.
the campaign runs. Like half the cells are stat sig, the next campaign's already launched. Like, what use is this brand lift study? So we wanted to make a fast moving metric for that.